Hello again everyone, welcome to the best, the only, comical current affairs show based entirely around the state-funded communism of the BBC. It is of course your favourite show, the BBC Spews. Jumping right into it, I have to say that I'm gonna sort of only very briefly touch on the presidential debate because I already covered that in a video a couple of days ago. If you want to watch that, I'll put a link in the description down there. Don't forget to like the fucking video because I always forget to ask, and it makes the arseholes in charge spread it around even though they don't want to. Jumping quickly into it, possibly one of the funniest things they've attempted to do this week is turn full-blown facts into some sort of pithy debate point. Here's the BBC's take on Donald Trump calling the air in India filthy. Now, if you don't think the air in India is filthy, you've never been to India. In fact, it's not just the air that's filthy in India, because I seen a map last year which put in eye-watering detail the amount of human shit that is within every square mile because nobody has access to a toilet. So it's not just the air in India that's filthy, it's the fucking ground as well. And if the ground and the air are filthy, then you best believe that HMS Turd-a-lot is floating along in the river as well. There is nothing good about environmental affairs in China and India. This is something I've been saying for years, and I've done dozens of videos about it, because we obsess over minutiae. We pick on the UK and the United States, and even worse, hippie liberals in places like Norway and Denmark go wax lyrical about how they've got to get carbon neutral. And this is the same time when China said, oh, we're building another fucking 60 coal-fired power plants this year. Like, I don't know what planet you've got to be on to think that the big issue is what Europe and America gets up to, when the population's exploding in China and India. Simply being alive creates a lot of carbon. And best of all, the most populous countries in the world are still building coal-fired power plants. So I won't even go on about it because I'll go off on another segue into climate change shit. I've done loads of videos about it. The short version is I'm not against making incremental attempts to get our carbon footprints down and, do the easy things. Recycle, put on more public transport, common sense. The idea that we can just throw everything out the window and decimate our economies when it's going to make no fucking difference whatsoever is absurd. It's ridiculous. It's not even a drop in the ocean. It's like trying to fucking bail the Titanic out with an egg cup. It's completely pointless. China and India poisoning the entire world, and they're pissed off because you don't take the bus to work. Are you having a laugh? Anyway, so Donald Trump gobbed off about India. He said, and I'm quoting him, the air in China, India and Russia is filthy. Well, he's probably wrong about Russia. I don't think Russia's terrible. Plus, it's a large country and a lot of it's not densely populated at all. But it said his remarks drew anger and introspection. Yeah, anger from the fucking idiots. Introspection from the ones that can do basic maths. Quite simple, isn't it? It says, in recent weeks, the city's air quality has turned severe, with residents complaining of breathing difficulties. So why does the BBC put the headline forward as US President Donald Trump says, look at India, the air is filthy, like it's having a go at him? Why not? President Trump's inconvenient fact disturbs Indians. Why not something like that? He didn't say anything that's not true, did he? It says India's dreaded pollution season has returned levels of PM 2.5, dangerous pollutants in the air, in the capital have averaged around 180 to 300 micrograms per cubic metre, 12 times higher than the WHO's safe limits. Fucking, I'll tell you what, going for a casual stroll in India is worse for your lungs than physically putting your gob around the exhaust from a Fiat 500 and sucking as aggressively as you can, right? That's quite a small, clean car. The air quality in India is fucking shocking. So don't be writing your headlines as if Donald Trump says something ridiculous or controversial. As usual, it's a fact. Like when he said, insert shithole country here. It's a shithole. It is. That doesn't offend 99% of planet Earth. If you were fucking at work one day and they said, oh, where you going on your next holiday? And you said, fucking, I'm going fishing off the coast of Somalia. Yeah, it looks all right out there. People would say, what you doing? It's a shithole. Who wouldn't say that? Who finds these terms offensive? Nobody. Nobody in the general public. So why the powers that be have decided that our politicians can't speak in ways that the entire country speaks in themselves on their own time is beyond me. So Donald Trump, gave us some facts the BBC didn't fucking like. Are you surprised? Let's get on to more pressing issues. Like the BBC's LGBT sport podcast, right? With Ian Downsy Downs. I don't know why you would pick that as your nickname. Downsy. I've thought people with Downs have been running the BBC for a very, very long time, but I wasn't thinking of Downsy. Also, why is there an LGBT sport podcast? What? I keep making the point. Who's the liberal here? Me or them? I'm liberal because I don't care. I don't care who you bounce on an evening. Could be a bloke, could be a bird. Don't care. Got nothing to do with me. I'm not going to come in and guide you in, so I don't care. I don't care. Do what you like. Do what you fucking like. These people obsess over it. Obsess over it. I'm assuming there's plenty of gay footballers and runners and golfers and anything else. If there are roughly 1 in 10 of the population or whatever it is. But who cares? I don't care. But in this crazy, crazy world we live in, if you don't care, you're fucking scum. You've got to care. It's got to be all you care about and all you see and all you think of. And if you don't march into Downsy's house and thumb him into his boyfriend's fucking shitbox, you're an arsehole. Yeah, apparently I'm the bigoted one because I don't care about what your fucking sexuality happens to be. Okay then, if you want to listen to the LGBT sport podcast, knock yourselves out, lads. I've put the link in the description. If you care, if you give a flying fuck who your sportsman or woman of choice happens to bang for 20 minutes a week, we are British after all, you crack on and listen to the LGBT sports podcast. I think it's very fucking divisive personally, but what do I know? On that same note, lucky you, make sure you mark your calendars. On the 30th of October, you can check out LGBTQ plus artists sparking a revolution. Yeah, sounds fucking great. Yeah, again, same crack. I don't care. I don't care if Elton John happens to, like, sucking spunk out of his boyfriend's arsehole. It's got nothing to do with me. However, I just think his music's fantastic. I've always been a fan of Elton John. Don't care what he gets up to in his private life. These fuckers, if you can't play the guitar and you can't sing, just come out of the closet and they'll still buy your records. Because they're progressive. Deaf and progressive. So mark your calendars for that. I'm sure that's fucking good. Also, how many additional letters, numbers, signs are they going to jam in the LGBTQ plus fucking plus word soup that is now becoming an acronym? LGBTQ plus, there must be something, there must just be one word we can use for them all instead of just adding letters and symbols, because the acronym's going to be longer than fucking supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's not an acronym if it's longer than a fucking word, is it? Yeah, just a thought. Look, and get out and play football. Like, seriously, just check the dates on this stuff. It's not like I'll go looking for it. It's not like I have to really, really try hard to find stupid identity politics bullshit that's not news. I don't even need to try. This is like constant, unending. 22nd of October, 2020. Why is being gay in the game still a taboo? It isn't. It's not among the fans. No one cares. It's just because footballers are brain-dead, horrible bastards. That's probably why. How can they... Are they trying to put this on us? The fans don't care. The general public don't care. If all of the fucking people involved in the sport are a bunch of horrible bastards, what's that got to do with me? I don't care. Justin Fashanu wasn't very fucking good at football. That's all I cared about. It was like watching a stray dog chase a fucking football around the park. That's how good Justin fucking Fashanu was. So let's stop talking about him, shall we? You can't just decide people are good at sports because you happen to like their sexual choices. Sorry, that's not how it works. Maradona, he was straight. He was also a fat little dwarf who cheated and took a lot of drugs. I despise him on a personal level, but he's probably one of the best footballers to ever fucking walk the earth. In fact, he probably is the best, isn't he? I think so. Beat England by himself. There's not many players do it by themselves, is there? Maybe Ronaldo carried Portugal on his own, hasn't he? But I didn't come here to talk about football, so let's crack on. We thought the fucking 3-tier system was confusing, as usual. If we have a tier system in the UK, the top tier for dumb fuckery is Scotland, in everything, yeah? It's like England's completely retarded, but Scotland somehow manages to up the bar every time, you know. England talks about possibly arresting someone for telling jokes. Scotland goes and fucking throws the book at a guy who trained his dog to raise its paw at inopportune moments. Like, they are just the kings of abject stupidity. So, of course, when everyone's complaining about the 3-tier system, Scotland turn around and go, fuck it, we'll have a 5-level system. Yeah, cheers, fucking poison dwarf. And again, you can see the communists up there are obsessed with identity politics, because have you noticed how she never goes anywhere without a fucking interpreter now? I mean, you would think you need interpreters just being Scottish, but she goes everywhere with a fucking with a signer and a fucking... I feel sorry for the blind people. What do they get? Yeah? It's going to be like you need a line of people behind you, following you everywhere you go. You know, like the people on Coming to America who throw the roses behind them. You need them with Nicola Sturgeon so she can tick every single identity box when she goes. You know, you need to have someone doing sign language, someone shouting really loudly for the visually impaired, someone taking notes while sucking a bloke off, you know, get the LGBT crowd in there. Just get them all in. Make yourself look good, Nicola. Waste the taxpayers' money on shit we don't need so you can virtue signal. You honking little boy. She is a repellent little pixie, isn't she? Like Warwick Davies when he's playing the leprechaun. So yeah, she said 3-tier systems, definitely too easy. Much better to have a 5-tier system. Totally makes sense. If you were confused with 3, you're fucked with 5. Maybe that's the name of it. Fucked with 5. Nearly normal, medium. The way they have level 0, nearly normal. So what's normal? -1. Doesn't seem very sensible to me. Fucking hell, and level 2's high. So what's the other 3? Very high. Lockdown. Where's the 5th? Okay, so the 5th is the 0. Here, Scotland, you're fucking welcome to it, lads. You keep on voting for the poison pixie, and I'll keep on laughing. Thanks very much. Never-ending supply of comedy gold, courtesy of our fucking northern neighbours. Cheers, lads. Cheers. Council's still digging out plan to help Marcus Rashford out because he's the right colour, despite the fact he's a multi-millionaire and he doesn't do any real work and he never fucking has done. Yeah, a growing number of councils said they're going to provide free meals for children and families facing hardship. Listen, right, I'm the son of a single parent. My mother died of cancer when I was a little kid from a shit town in the northeast, Middlesbrough. A famously shit town, right? Famous for it. Even according to the BBC. Borough is the worst place to live in the UK. So you're talking to a fucking expert in living in not ideal circumstances. And never once did I ever go without a meal. It's not fucking hard. You don't spend your money on special brew, microchips, scratch cards, and fucking Super Kings, yeah? You spend your money on chicken nuggets from fucking Heron. They're £1 a bag. It's easy. If you believe for a second that these people pleading poverty aren't pissing away tens, possibly hundreds of pounds every week on shit that they don't need, like booze, fags and gambling, you're a fucking lunatic. It's only middle-class Guardian readers who think this stuff because they've never walked around a council estate. The people who actually fucking live in them know exactly what's going on. Everyone in the street is pissed and chain-smoking, and then they're crying about fucking free school meals. Hence, I said it last week, I'll say it again, I don't want to sound like I'm being cruel, but feed your own ugly, fucked up kids. It's got nothing to do with me. Nothing. I don't care. If you can't feed them, don't fucking have them. Simple. There's no one cannot afford to feed a kid in England. No one. The dole, the people on benefits get fucking ample money to pay their meagre bills and feed the bastard kids. Definitely. I want anyone who's living on benefits now, PM me. I want to get into the numbers. I want to find out exactly how much you get. And then we'll tally up exactly what your outgoings are. I'm like council tax, electricity bill, phone bill, car insurance. I'm doing it in my head. And it still only comes to a few £100 a month if you're on benefits and you're getting your rent paid. So you can feed your kids. No one's coming round your house and scooping the turkey dinosaurs out of the little bastards' mouths. It's you blowing your money on fags, booze, and fucking scratch cards. So stop dripping and feed your own ugly fucked up kids, because I don't want to. Marcus Rashford's just needlessly self-trimming. He doesn't give a fuck. It's lazy Twitter slacktivism of the worst kind, and everybody's lining up to suck him off because he's a fucking ethnic minority and he's dead famous. It's total shit. The irony is, he never gives any of his own money. It's taxpayers. So bus drivers and bricklayers and fucking factory workers are feeding scruffy chavs kids because a multimillionaire tells them they have to. Is that fucking fair? I don't think so. They're going about fairness. That is the exact opposite of fairness. So fuck off, Marcus. Already, look, 63 million for families facing financial difficulties. How do they quantify that? How do they quantify it? You're getting benefits. Well, if you get benefits, you've got more fucking money than half the people. When I was living in York, I was only earning about 1,400 quid. I was working for the council. I was getting about 1,400 quid a month. And after my rent was like 800. It's like I was paying all my fucking money out and I was left with about 400 quid, 350 quid a month. Like, just to play with for food and niceties. And it was ample. These people, you can feed yourself, you can feed a kid off 20 quid a week. So it's total bollocks. I want to know the metrics they're using because I think it's total fucking shit. And I don't see why a bloke who drives a bastard bus all day should be paying more money out of his pocket to feed strangers' fucking children. Because they don't spend it. What we should do is buy food and then drop the food off once a week, turn it with a cardboard box, say, there's your fucking turkey dinosaurs and your carrots, give them to your children, you fat repellent chav. You're not having any money because you'll spend it on scratch cards and fags. So fuck off. Why don't we just do that? If we were physically sending them money, if we completely got rid of sending them money and just gave them food, I'd even support it. Yeah, fuck it, let's do that. But I am totally against the idea of giving them money when I know for a fact that that money is getting spent on shit for mummy and daddy. So fuck them. Moving on. Another football one. Again, does he actually talk about football anymore? Every story regarding football seems to revolve entirely around social justice fucking activism, doesn't it? You've got footballers feeding kids, footballers being gay, LGBT sports, and now we've got Demi Stokes. Understanding diversity is everyone's responsibility, says England star. Fuck you, Demi. How's that grab you? Fuck you. What's it got to do with me? What's it got to do with me? Nothing. Got fuck all to do with me, love. I understand it better than you do, because unfortunately for me, I'm a voracious reader, and I've read the fucking shit that the likes of Robin DiAngelo comes out with. And let me tell you, it drops your IQ by 30 points just looking at the front cover. Absolute shit from start to finish. So don't tell me what I have to do. It's not my responsibility. You ain't the boss of me, sugar tits. England and Manchester City star Demi Stokes says promoting and understanding diversity is everybody's responsibility. Fuck off. If you don't know, read books. Oh no. What books, perchance? The same shit books by the same discredited postmodernist academics who everybody on planet Earth with an IQ above 90 is well aware talk utter fucking drivel from start to finish. You mean some of those books? If you're curious, ask your black friends. Yep, they all think alike. All of them. I didn't say that. I don't think that. I'm well aware, right? All them great black conservatives, especially the likes of Candace Owens and Thomas Sewell and fucking David Lammy. Kidding about that last one. They don't all think the same, love. They don't. Sorry. People that happen to have a tan, they don't all think the same. What about if my black friend's a conservative and I say to him, alright mate, let's talk about diversity, and he says, take your head for a shit, you silly bastard. What's plan B? What's plan B? Demi, you got one? He said it's important that we keep challenging ourselves and doing our research and keep pushing for change. What change? The country's like fucking 10% black and the Premier League's 40% black. What more change do we want? Does it have to be 100% black and then the white people are only allowed to sell hot dogs outside the fucking stadium? Is that the type of change we should be pushing for? Because that sounds a bit bigoted to me. I think that might make people bitter and resentful and might maybe lead to another fucking civil war or something. You know, like the Marxists and the Communists want, which is why they teach everybody this fucking drivel. Yes, it sounds to me like it might cause that. So why don't we stop going on about it and just get back to fucking business? Stokes said when she was 8, she got abused because she was in an all-girls team in an all-boys league. The lad said something horrible, and then at the end of the game he came over and apologised. Fucking done. Problem solved. Just because some individual was a cunt to another individual doesn't mean the world's on fire. Doesn't mean the game's broken. In fact, if anything, it's the exact opposite of broken. If the BME community is about 12% and the Premier League and Division 1 are way beyond that number, everything's going well in football. You're just going to piss off the fans, piss off the general public and stoke more bitterness and hostility. It's a terrible idea, and it's the modus operandi of fuckwits like Robin DiAngelo and all of these idiot communists who bend the knee to this shit ideology that nobody's got any interest in. So Demi, you are a fucking lunatic. You don't know anything. You've got no common sense, and you don't get to tell me what to do. Because the day I start taking intellectual advice from footballers is the day I fucking give up. Footballers. Are they going to start giving us educational advice? Are they fucking footballers? We used to joke that PE teachers were always thick, but my fucking PE teacher also used to do maths in his spare time. 10 Demi Stokeses don't have his fucking IQ. Demi, do one. Do one, Demi. That's got a nice ring to it. Fucking do one. I think that's it for this week. I've had enough. I'm going to Ventura to get very shit-faced for the weekend because it's my birthday. Haha. I'll tell you what, I'll watch this video back. Every time I said fuck, I'll have a pint. We'll see how many I get to before I shit myself and collapse. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and share my videos. Do me a favour and spread it like the coronavirus. And yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for checking it out. See you around. Cheers.